Good evening and welcome to TV47 Weekend. I hope you're having a fantastic Sunday evening so far. Happy Father's Day to all the dads out there. Now let's take a look at today's highlights. Tonight, 5 killed in Madowale village along the Isiolo-Wajir border.
There has been killing of innocent civilians by bandits.
Police say the attack was orchestrated by perpetrators from Wajir. Hafsa Mohammed Lukman, the Kamukonji-based businesswoman who disappeared last week, has finally been rescued by detectives.
Watoto wanatekwa nyara na wanadhulumiwa. Hiyo kitendo tunakachifu.
She was found at a dingy room in Kayole where she had been forced to fit in a water tank.
Yani ukiandika sahihi yako mahali useme hii ni coalition agreement, then you live by that.
Plus, Wiper leader Kalonzo Musyoka hits out at coalition partner Raila Odinga over recent remarks directed at him by Odinga. Welcome to the broadcast. Remember, you can interact with us at TV47 Kenya across all social media platforms. Our sign language interpreter is Chris Onyango. I am Muthoni Minor. Starting off, 5 people were this morning killed in a banditry attack in Isiolo County. The incident bringing to 40 the total number of people killed in the banditry attack in Isiolo County in less than a year. Andrin Kileme reports.
Tension is high in Madowale village at the border of Merti and Sericho wards in Isiolo County following a dawn attack that left 5 people dead. Confirming the incident, Isiolo County Commissioner Herman Shambi said 3 women and 2 young boys aged below 17 years were killed in the attack, while 2 others were left with injuries.
Yeah, my people were suspected to have come from Wajir.
Okay.
Na karibu mpaka Paul wakachoma. But GSU, the county commander mwenyewe on the way to the place. I'm told vijana wa Isiolo wanataka kwenda kureveli, calling for calmness. Serikali ichukue jukumu lake.
Leaders from the region have condemned the attack, adding that it was a well-schemed incident that aimed at displacing residents from their original land. The leaders say at least 40 people have been killed in the last 1 year in similar attacks.
These are actually, it has nothing to do with pasture, it has nothing to do with water. This is actually an issue of land.
This is unacceptable, and we will resist the annexing of even a single inch of our land by unorthodox means. For the past few months, there has been killing of innocent civilians by bandits from Wajir West, especially around Hadado sub-county, using guerrilla tactics, whereby they come at night at around 4 when people are sleeping, killing, and then disappearing.
They want the government to investigate security personnel deployed in the area who have severally been accused of working with the attackers.
Kuna serikali wamerespond kwa hiyo maneno, especially police ya Marti, ni kama wameenda kama SIGNET. So tunaomba serikali au intervene na awe securities wenye wako huko wapige wote transfer.
This comes barely a week after another attack involving the Samburu and Turkana communities claimed 6 lives.
With the increasing cases of insecurity in the northeastern part of the country, leaders from the region now want the government, through the Ministry of Interior Security, to crack whip on suspected persons. Andrina Kilemi, TV47.
Indeed, may justice be served. Our heartfelt condolences to the families. Now, moving on, residents of Baringo County are staring at an imminent food crisis in the coming days following the continued shortage of rainfall in the area, forcing them to walk long distances in search of the commodity. Willie Dennis Njiru has the details.
Scorching sun, receding dry crops, and dehydrated residents is a picture depicting the wanting situation in Sandai and Kailer areas who have suffered the effects of Mother Nature following the drying up of the Waseges River that they have for long depended on.
Hapa Baringo South leo mwaka huu hatukufuata mvua mzuri. Hii kuna irrigation scheme inaitwa Loldama. ambao tunatumia River Molo. Sasa wakati huu tumepata shida, mashamba yetu tumekauka, maji haiviki. Kwa hivyo wakati huu tunapata shida ya mwaka huu, tunatarajia hatutafuna.
With impending famine slowly sneaking in, the locals have mitigated the water shortage gap by sinking shallow boreholes to avert long treks in search of the precious commodity.
Kama mvua hakuna, hatuna mashamba, ng'ombe hata hakuna mahali ya kukula, hakuna nyasi, hakuna kitu. Mimi nataka kuomba serikali kama anaweza kusimamia hata ng'ombe kulisha, kupea nyasi, kupea sisi nyasi ya kupea ng'ombe ili wanaamsha sahi, sababu hakuna kitu tunategemea kama mkutani wa.
Baringo South is considered as the county's food basket owing to the Pekera irrigation scheme, but with a wilting crop, hope to harvest anything that they planted months back is dwindling.
Tuko na shida ya mvua leo ni kidogo mwaka huu. Na hata wakati mwingine tunakuwa na hope ya mvua ikinyesha sana, tunakuwa na mambo ya floods. Baji inakuwa mingi, nachukua mashamba, nachukua boma za watu, nachukua mashule.
Similar situation replicated in Kerio Valley, where many depend on pastoralism and subsistence farming that depend on rain-fed agriculture. Following a prolonged dry spell, local leaders now want the government to cushion families by stocking cereals.
Sisi ndio tumekuwa tukitoa mbegu katika nchi ya Kenya. Nataka niombe serikali kuu kwamba muwe na mpangilio safi ya kulisha watu mwaka huu mwisho na mwanzo wa mwaka ujao. So wale ambao wanahusika kwa wizara ya agriculture ya ukulima mtusaidie katika mpango huo.
For TV47, I'm Willie Dennis Njiro.
Indeed, may relief come their way. Now, a 23-year-old Hafsa Mohammed, who was kidnapped last week, has been rescued by police officers. Hafsa, who is currently undergoing treatment at a Nairobi hospital, was found in a dingy house in Nairobi's Kayole area. And as Sharon Baranga reports, police are currently interrogating a suspect to help shed more light on the kidnapping.
At last, a week that has been tormentors and caused mental anguish to Mohammed's family is over. Their prayers have been answered. Their kin, 23-year-old Hafsa Mohammed, who was kidnapped on Tuesday last week, was rescued early Sunday by detectives from Crime Research and Intelligence Bureau and the Special Service Unit. She is currently undergoing a medical examination at a Nairobi hospital.
Alhamdulillah, kwanza serikali wametusaidia kupata msichana yetu na yeye sasa yako salama. Na tunatarajia wenye wamefanya hiyo vituko wapatikane kwa mkono ya haki, ndio ifuatiliwe na sisi at least turidhike. Kuna watu tangu msichana yetu alipotea mpaka saa hii watu wengine hawajakula, hawajalala, kuna watu hawajaenda kazi, watu wamekuwa na stress wakitafuta ndugu yake, familia, watu wengi sana wamekuwa na mawazo kuna watu hata hawajaenda karibu siku 5 kazi kwa sababu ya hiyo stress. Kwa sasa hivi hali yake sio mbaya, anaongea na ako normal, she is normal for now. At least ile kitu ingine tutajua kwa daktari kwa sababu matibabu sasa inaendelea bado. So tutajua, lakini kwa sasa kenye sisi tumeona kama familia, she is okay. Ile maybe ile kitu kidogo maybe amepigwa kofi nini, lakini she is okay for now, alhamdulillah.
Ile kitendo ambayo inaendelea saa hii katika Kenya ni ya kwamba watoto wanatekwa nyara na wanadhulumiwa. Hiyo kitendo tunakachifu popote tuko, na tunasema hiyo kitendo popote tuko wa Kenya tuungane mkono na tuseme ya kwamba hiyo kitendo ikome.
Last week, news of Hafsa's kidnapping hit the headlines. Soon after, her captors released a video showing a tortured Hafsa, with the kidnappers asking for a 5 million shillings ransom in exchange for her release.
Sai kuna vituko mingi vinaendelea. Kila msichana, akuwe Muislamu, akuwe Mkristo, tunasema kila msichana akitoka kwa nyumba yao ajichunge. Make sure ukitoka kwenu unamwambia mzazi yako, ndugu yako mahali unaenda.
Tunasema wa vijana, hasa wasichana ambao wanatoka kwao nyumbani wajulikane kama wanafika nyumbani wakati inafaa.
Hafsa, a Kamkunji-based businesswoman, was rescued from Matopeni area in Nairobi's Kayole estate, where she was being held by her captors. She was last seen on 15th June around 5 p.m. when she left her shop accompanied by a friend. It was then reported that they were heading to her friend's grocery shop in Kayole. It is then that she disappeared before a video resurfaced on social media of a tortured Hafsa. She had wounds on her face and hands. It was also reported that she had been forced to fit in this 210-liter water tank. One suspect has been arrested and is currently being interrogated by detectives to shed more light on the kidnapping and help in the arrest of his gang. Sharon Baranga, TV 47.
Indeed, it's such a sigh of relief there for the family members as Hafsa Mohammed has finally been rescued. Thank you so much, Sharon Baranga, for that report. Moving on, Wiper Party leader Kalonzo Musyoka has hit back at his ODM counterpart Raila Odinga over recent remarks directed at him. Kalonzo, who was in Murang'a County, says he will continue with his 2022 political ambitions. Kalonzo was responding to ODM boss Raila Odinga's recent remarks, as Paul Kirobi now reports.
Wiper Party leader Kalonzo Musyoka hit out at his ODM leader Raila Odinga over his backing remarks directed at him.
Nimebweka kweli. Nitazidi kubweka dhidi ya ukabila, nitabweka dhidi ya ufisadi, and therefore join the kubweka team.
Speaking in Mombasa this week, ODM leader Raila Odinga fired back at Wiper's Kalonzo Musyoka over remarks that he will not be Raila's running mate for a third time. Odinga says he is yet to declare his intention to run for presidency during the 2022 polls.
Lakini wengine wanasema ati hawawezi kuniunga mkono. Mimi si nimeuliza wewe niunge mkono? Mimi sijatangaza. Bado wanaanza kutetemeka. Naanza kubweka.
In an interview, Kalonzo Musyoka had earlier said it is very unlikely that he will support former Prime Minister Raila Odinga for president again. The Wiper Party leader said he would rather retire than support Raila. Kalonzo, who was in Murang'a County, said there was a written agreement amongst NASA affiliate political parties in 2017 on 2022 general election, which needed to be honored.
Or even privately, and more so in writing. Yani ukiandika sahi yako mahali usema hii ni coalition agreement kama ya NASA, coalition agreement ya Jubilee na wale wengine, then you live by that, particularly where there's a written commitment.
Kalonzo, whose party has a cooperation agreement with the ruling Jubilee party, also said he had no problem with other parties forming coalition with Jubilee, and that if the coalition was to look for political power, then his Wiper Party will be in for the deal. Kalonzo further drumming up support for that BBI bill.
We have a cooperation agreement between Jubilee, whose party leader is President Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta, and I'm the party leader of Wiper. If others want to join, they are most welcome, because idea ni kuleta kama building bridges, tuunganishe kila mtu hapa.
Kalonzo was speaking at Mary Immaculate Catholic Church in Kagulu, Idhanga Gatanga sub-county. Paul Kirobi, TV 47, Nairobi.
Now off from politics, where Kenyans today joined the rest of the world in marking Father's Day. In Bungoma County, a group of men celebrated the day in an extraordinary way. The men in Nandolia village, Kanduyi, Bungoma County, marked this day by offering a helping hand to a woman who was in dire need of money to offset her medical bills.
The walk of relief and the joy of having a healing wound spoke out loud at the Webuye Hospital after Evelyn Nekesa was finally discharged and relieved of the cold nights that she spent outside the hospital for 7 days due to an unpaid bills that was cleared today by a group of men in Bungoma County. Nekesa had her kidney and uterus removed, but the huge hospital bills had her receive a different treatment from the hospital's administration.
Watu walinidumia watu, nilikuwa tu nilienda peke yangu. Nilikuwa kwa miti pale karibu na mochari, wakanidumia wakanipeleka ndani. Na walishukia na daktari ndio walinishughulikia na ina mani wakanitibu. Tangu sasa nilipona, wakanifuta, sina pesa, sina dawa. Waliponitoa pale wakanifuta, nilikuwa nakaa tu kwa sementi pale chini. Sina mwenye ananisaidia, nusa sina mtoto, sina mama, sina mzazi. Pona bado. Na mviko walitoa mara ya kwanza. Wametoa tena uzazi. Saini kutufirinko kama mkebe tu.
The men, led by Bishop Caleb Wanjala of the Seed of Faith Ministries, urged well-wishers to support the woman to ensure she recovers fully.
Furaha kuu kwa kukumbuka siku ya wakina baba, kwa kukumbuka huyu mama Evelyn Nekesa Wanjala, kwa kumtoa hospitali kupitia kwa askofu wetu Peter Wanjala. Alitupea pesa asubuhi kama mimi dereva yake, na kama yeye mti yake wa mkono alinituma mpaka Webuye district akatupa na pesa.
Moving on, 2 children are fighting for their lives in hospital after they were allegedly stabbed by their father following a domestic violence in Ziwani Estate, Nyandarua County. Ken Mboro allegedly stabbed the 2 minors aged 7 and 1-year-old respectively, setting their house ablaze and then attempted suicide on Saturday evening. The 7-year-old girl suffered 10 knife stab wounds on the back, while the 1-year-old girl suffered 5 knife stabs on the back as well. The suspect, who had stabbed himself on the stomach, and the minor are admitted at the Nyahururu County Referral Hospital. Neighbors said Mboro's inhumane act was triggered by a quarrel with his wife, who was insisting on the minor's DNA tests to be certain of the paternity. Angry neighbors wanted to lynch the man, but he was rescued by officers from Mairoinya police station. Police said once discharged, Mboro will be arraigned in court, where he is expected to face attempted murder, suicide, and arson charges. Such a devastating incident there. Now that report takes us for a short break. Do stay with us. We will be right back with more.
Precast panels. We have the best quality, durable and affordable precast panels to suit all your needs. Manufactured under a controlled environment, we have the best precast concrete panels, precast concrete floor slabs, precast concrete perimeter wall, precast concrete columns and beams. Our panels reduce construction cost by up to 40% with absolutely no plaster required, including added soundproof benefits. Convenient for story buildings, schools, offices, residential houses, hospitals, and warehouses. Take advantage of our free transport. Contact us on 0702 24 7267 or 0796 24 7267. Global Precast Panels Limited, your reliable option for efficient construction.
These are the sights and sounds of a working nation. There are no shortages to remarkable ideas. What's missing is the will to execute them.
You need to stay relevant. If you don't, you're going to fade off.
Yes, they are a dime in a dozen, but the real meat on these bones comes from trying to realize them.
You just need to perfect anything. If it's drawing, if it's music, pursue it 100% because it's something that is giving back.
Join me, Violet Njoki, as I tell you the stories of these executed ideas, because yours could be next. Mondays, 7:30 p.m.
Hey, now that's hitting the right notes. When life gets boring, we bring out our play. You see, playfulness is in our DNA. It's in the way we move and laugh. It's in the way we walk, the way we rock, and how we just don't stop. You feel me? We add color to everything, to every day and every dish, because the world needs our crazy. We're the different flavors that make life more exciting. We're the ones who add color to every moment. Fanta, color every moment.
Well, the speaker is neither here nor there.
I should have done my outro from here.
Yes. No.
And we're just like that. I look beautiful.
Tune in to Morning Cafe, Mondays to Fridays from 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. with me, Linda Alela, only on TV47, the home of Untold Stories.
Welcome back to TV47 Weekend. Now, still on Father's Day, we spoke to some of the Kenyans celebrating Father's Day today, and here are some of the sentiments that they had today.
Leo ni Father's Day, lakini nasherehekea kuwa baba siku zote. Hii siku moja hizi fanya ati ndio nikuwe baba zaidi. Kuwa baba inamaanisha utu, mtu mzima, mtu anafikira, mtu majukumu, lazima jukumu ikuja na karaha. Kwa hivyo ukipatia mtu mimba ni lazima hiyo kiumbe imekuja, kesho akikuwa kama Rais Obama alafu atuona jitokeza ni baba. Baba gani? Baba bandia.
Kufurahia. Kuna wengi wangetaka kuitwa baba lakini hawajaitwa. Na mimi nimeitwa baba. Kwa hivyo najivunia.
Sasa ukiwa baba, hiyo kitu inakupa morale ya kuwa na bidii ya kuwatafutia karo za shule, kuwalea, kuwapa chakula. Na sasa ile wamekuwa wakubwa kama mimi, nafurahi sana sababu wangu wote ni youth.
Tofauti kubwa ni kwamba ukiwa kijana unajijali wewe. Hivyo basi unaweza fanya programu yako ya siku ni tofauti na venye ukiwa mzazi. Sababu unaweza enda hata kutembelea jirani, rafiki yako, hata ukalale huko, mambo ya aina hiyo. Lakini sasa ukiwa baba, uko na watu unafaa, wanahitaji kukuona, mke wako, watoto, unawashughulikia, unafanya kazi kwa bidii. Kwa sababu kuna watu wanakutegemea.
Now, moving on, 3 years after President Uhuru Kenyatta and ODM leader Raila Odinga shook hands to end the long standoff over allegations of election malpractices in the 2017 presidential election, the handshake has transformed into a political vehicle that could see the ODM boss in State House next year. But as talks over the formation of an opposition-allied ruling coalition continue, billionaire Jimmy Wanjige's entrance into the 2022 Kenyatta succession politics has unlocked the Mount Kenya heir puzzle. And as Musa Salah reports, the Jubilee ODM merger is a meticulous plan that seeks to kill two birds with one stone, finding an influential heir to Kenyatta's Mount Kenya region and building a single ticket out of two men who challenged Kenyatta in 2017.
Jubilee Secretary General Raphael Tuju's revelation that the ruling Jubilee Party and the opposition Orange Democratic Movement ODM are in the advanced stages of forming an alliance confirmed rumors that the handshake between President Uhuru Kenyatta and ODM leader Raila Odinga on the stairs of Harambee House in 2018 was Odinga's political vehicle to State House in the 2022 presidential election. But torn between sticking with his newly found political soulmate President Uhuru Kenyatta and dissolving the NASA coalition to ditch his longtime friends Musalia Mudavadi of ANC, Wiper's Kalonzo Musyoka, and Ford Kenya's Moses Wetangula, Odinga's fourth attempt at taking over the house on the hill may not be easy. His NASA counterparts are already smelling foul play.
We are trying to build a one Kenya
One Kenya meaning that we want everyone together. And we've started the movement. Already Wiper in conjunction with KANU, in conjunction with ANC, and also in conjunction with Ford Kenya, have already started the move. So we would like to urge our partners, that is the Jubilee Party, which we have actually signed a cooperation agreement with, and ODM, who are also in an agreement, a coalition agreement with us under NASA, to come together under the One Kenya movement.
Tulikuwa na mkataba katika NASA, na hiyo mkataba ulikuwa umeandikwa na umesainiwa na iko na Registrar of Political Parties. Na ulisema Mheshimiwa Raila Amolo Odinga anaenda mara ya mwisho na hatarudia kusimama mwaka wa 2022. Na wakasema pia chama cha ODM kitasimamisha candidate.
And the truth of the matter is that between Uhuru, in the last election, the second person who had united Kenyans was from NASA. So he's saying, look, unless if you guys don't agree to break apart into small pieces, you will most probably be the people with the largest crowd behind you in the next election. So don't agree to break up, because if you stay together, then you are more or less guaranteed to come and tell me this is the way we want to go. And because you are the ones who are going to have the most people, I will support. That is what he's been consistent on. And even for anybody, including the Deputy President, to think that this is against him, he needs to ask himself, what changed?
But according to sources private to the Jubilee ODM alliance, the Kenyatta-Odinga strategy has had a new entrant into the list of presidential hopefuls.
No, go ahead.
Billionaire Jimmy Wanjigi, who financed Odinga's NASA campaigns in 2017 after falling out with the Uhuru Ruto coalition a few years after he brokered the election in 2013, Wanjigi says he's done working behind the scenes, this time offering himself for the top position.
I haven't seen Wanjigi in political circles. I actually don't know him as a politician. I know him as an entrepreneur. And all of us have got business to do in this world. There are those of us who are chosen to be leaders and politicians. There are those of us who are excellent entrepreneurs. And I believe Wanjigi belongs to the latter category. Whoever tells us that he's the best leader because probably he's affluent or probably he is able to make connections, and I don't think that's leadership.
We have agreed that Muturi is going to be the man. But then we don't talk bad things of our friends who are like 20%, who are, believing that Jimmy Wanjigi can be a president going forward.
Arguably one of the most influential power brokers in the country, Wanjigi's entry into the picture is not by coincidence. It is alleged that Wanjigi's presidential bid is a calculated move to replace Kenyatta in the mountain, which has threatened to burst in search for an heir to the throne.
Hawa wa mangavana wote 8 tulikuwa nao huko na wabunge kadhaa, na hata wengine vile hawakujua. Tukakuwa na msimamo na kauli moja ya kwamba mlima hautagawanywa. Sawa sawa? Tukasema mlima ni nini? Ni mmoja. Lakini tutashikana, tuzungumze chini ya uongozi wa President Uhuru Kenyatta, tujue yule ataridhi hiyo uongozi wake wakati wake ukifika waku staafu.
The billionaire from Murang'a County is said to begin courting the region from next week, beginning with his home county. But President Kenyatta is expected to cement Wanjigi's courtship with a tour of his Mount Kenya backyard later in August. However, Kenyatta's tour to the mountain will be pegged on how the Kiambaa constituency and Muguga ward by-elections will pan out, the 2 mini polls taking place in Kenyatta's home county of Kiambu. Kenyatta faces a strong opposition from his deputy William Ruto, who has since rubbished the Jubilee ODM alliance.
Hawa watu wamevunja chama ya Jubilee ya kitaifa. Sasa wanataka kutuambia kila mtu aende aanzishe chama ya kabila yake. Sisi tunawaambia Hustler Nation ya Kenya haiwezi kutoshea kwa chama ya kabila fulani, na haiwezi kutoshea kwa chama ya kona fulani. Sisi tutakuwa na chama ya kitaifa ambayo Wakenya wote watatoshea.
For His Excellency the President, the party leader of Jubilee Party, to come out in the open and say that he would support a joint candidate of NASA is the most unfortunate statement, because he is our party leader, he's the president of this country, and he should be uniting the country. From his own record and previous statement and positions, he has been saying that he does not want politics, it is too early.
But with an untamable deputy, Kenyatta is said to be going for the necks of Ruto's foot soldiers that is aimed at marketing the new alliance in Mount Kenya. Kandara Member of Parliament Alice Wahome, Kiharu's Ndendi Nyoro, Mathira's Rigathi Gachagua, and Kikuyu's Kimani Ichung'wah will be the most affected as Jubilee Party prepares to replace its defiant members.
Kamari yapata potea.
Musa Salah, TV47.
Na Kitale Kapeli iko wapi?
Such an intricating report there on the Jubilee ODM alliance by Musa Salah. Now that report takes us for yet another short break. We will be right back.
Coming up, Jubilee.
At Global Precast Panels, we have the best quality, durable, and affordable precast panels to suit all your needs. Manufactured under a controlled environment, we have the best precast concrete panels, precast concrete floor slabs, precast concrete perimeter wall, precast concrete columns and beams. Our panels reduce construction cost by up to 40% with absolutely no plaster required, including added soundproof benefits. Convenient for story buildings, schools, offices, residential houses, hospitals, and warehouses. Take advantage of our free transport. Contact us on 0702 24 7267 or 0796 24 7267. Global Precast Panels Limited, your reliable option for efficient construction.
These are the sights and sounds of a working nation. There are no shortages to remarkable ideas. What's missing is the will to execute them.
You need to stay relevant. If you don't, you're going to fade off.
Yes, they are a dime in a dozen, but the real meat on these bones comes from trying to realize them.
You just need to perfect anything. If it's drawing, if it's music, pursue it 100% because it's something that is giving back.
Join me, Violet Njoki, as I tell you the stories of these executed ideas, because yours could be next. Mondays, 7:30 p.m.
Hey, now that's hitting the right notes. When life gets boring, we bring out our play. You see, playfulness is in our DNA. It's in the way we move and laugh. It's in the way we walk, the way we rock, and how we just don't stop. You feel me? We add color to everything, to every day and every dish, because the world needs our crazy. We're the different flavors that make life more exciting. We're the ones who add color to every moment. Fanta, color every moment.
Well, the speaker is neither here nor there.
I should have done my outro from here.
Yes, no.
And we're just like that. I look beautiful.
Tune in to Morning Cafe, Mondays to Fridays from 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. with me, Linda Alela, only on TV47, the home of Untold Stories.
Raukia siku njema na tunukiwa offers kila siku. Pata offers zote mahali pamoja ili uongeze zaidi, utume SMS zaidi na ubrowse zaidi.
Wewe usijali. Tuma namba ya kila supplier kwa hiyo soko. Ndio nitaongea na kila mmoja wao.
Very good. Piga *444 hash utunukiwe Credo double.
Raukia siku njema na tunukiwa offers kila siku.
A show with a unique perspective as to the property industry right here in Kenya. Not only showing you the properties available, but also showing you how you can improve the ambience, look and feel of your living and working spaces.
Yes.
Wow.
This is our office.
This is amazing.
Currently we have a lot of design ideas.
Ranging from your sitting areas, dining areas, as well as your resting and we have a show, accessories, finishes, as well as the furniture. You can put it in your house to make it unique and incredible.
The Realtor, every Tuesday at 7:30 p.m. Every plant or animal has a story, and so does every farmer. It could be a day or a year of hard work, heavy rainfall, or a season of... Wait a minute. Hold up. What's happening? Anyway, as we were saying, or a season of drought, bountiful harvest, or growing losses, overwhelmed with a delicate task to feed the nation. This and every Sunday at 7:30 p.m, Kilimo Diaries tells you a farmer's story.
At NCBA, we can tailor-make your SME business solution to suit your business. It's what we have done for over 50,000 businesses.
That is 50,000 families with 50,000 meals every day and 50,000 dreams coming to life.
We know that it's not about the business, but about caring for loved ones. Get NCBA SME Banking Solutions. The name is NCBA. NCBA Bank. Go for it.
Candace, what's that?
I brought you a small bonus.
Bonus for what?
You got us 299 family dinners, 64 kisses on the cheek, 12 road trips to see grandma, 42 jokes from daddy.
In over 60 years of dealing with numbers, we've learned that the numbers that matter the most to you are the ones that matter the most to us. NCBA Bank. Go for it.
Welcome back. Now, Jubilee Secretary General Raphael Tuju led hundreds in a 57-kilometer walk aimed at raising funds in support of Kijabe Hospital. Tuju says this is his way of giving back to the hospital that he was taken to following last year's accident. During the walk, at least 11 million Kenya shillings was raised. Elizabeth Mutuku also walked and had a talk with the cabinet secretary and filed this report.
Well, it's 1 a.m. in the morning and we are already up and ready for the task. Looking forward for a great day where we'll be speaking to a great man who cheated death not once but twice. A man of valor, then that is none other but Raphael Tuju, Cabinet Secretary and Jubilee Secretary General. A man who is looking forward to walking 57 kilometers. And believe you me, we'll be joining him live and talking to him through his experience, considering that at one point he would not walk, but then today he's grateful that he's able to walk again. But then, what are we expecting for the day? Join me, Elizabeth Mutuku, with my crew here in TV 47.
Good blood that speaks of better things. May it cover each and every one of us. In Jesus' mighty name we do pray and believe. Amen.
Mine on you throughout.
Hello, Betty. I'll call you again when I've done about.
It's 4 o'clock and we are still strong and doing well in this challenge. I'm not alone, but as I said in the morning, around 1 a.m., we are working for the mission and for Kijabe mission, already having walked around 15 kilometers, but we have more to go. 45.8. When are we going to have our first stop? After how long?
30 kilometers more.
How does it feel? How does it feel? Okay.
So far, it's been a big warm up. Once you get going, then we hit 30. 30 then it will be uphill in the sense that now the body is pretty tired.
So what are we going to do different when we get to that time? Very chilly, foggy morning here, already having done 25 kilometers and looking forward for more. And not just more, because we're headed to our first stopover. But what does Waziri think?
Yeah, I don't know how many kilometers we've done, but I think we've done over 25. We should rest at about 30, 32.
So we are looking forward to rest like after how many kilometers?
32 kilometers.
32 kilometers. But then, Waziri, if I may ask, what informed this?
Well, many things. First of all, I hope I can inspire many other people who are in bed now, wondering if they'll ever recover, and if they'll ever walk. And I must be able to inspire them just to have faith, to have hope, and to hang in there.
In the event we don't get the monies we need, what else will be inspiring?
Come again?
In the event, maybe we don't get the resources we need, what else will be inspiring you out of this?
I think we're doing very well in terms of resources.
Yes.
But this morning when I checked,
yes,
we have collected over 10 million Kenya shillings. That's good effort from many Kenyans and the corporates who have sponsored the work. Then of course, we're also creating awareness about road safety.
Looking.
This road, Gotv Hospital takes care of 100 road accident victims every month. That is 3 every day.
That's great. Looking back back a year ago, and now that you've walked these kilometers, what can you say about it?
Well, for me, every step is a celebration.
Yes.
Because I left hospital in a wheelchair, and it was never imagined that I'd be able to do this really just a year ago. I left in a wheelchair. I got out of a wheelchair after some weeks. Then I started practicing by walking within the house, then in the compound, and there was a big celebration when I was able to walk 1 kilometer.
And you're still celebrating. Yes, and after 57 kilometers, we are looking forward for more celebrations.
Yes.
Thank you. Let's keep walking. Greatest fears when you are on that bench?
I think, let me tell you, was almost second near-death experience for me, all right? And because I had a very bad accident in Busia, which was a plane crash, which is more breathtaking. And I can tell you that when you're in that very near-death situation, you don't think about your land, you don't think about your house, you don't think about your car, you don't think about the many things that human beings worry about. You just think about your family and those you love. And I wish people could realize that when God gives them the space to be able to appreciate the people around them.
Lastly, before we go on, do you still fear?
Fear? What do you mean?
Do you still have the same fear after that accident? After these two accidents, actually?
No, I think they've made me stronger. All right, but even more is strengthened my faith. I've seen God take me from near-death experience to be alive again, and to be able to do the things I'm doing.
What inspires you every day when you wake up and remembering that it was just the other day your life was gone, and here you are? What inspires you to keep going? That is what I want to hear before we go.
I think it's very important that I'm able to, I'm able to appreciate life even more. So that every day that just waking up is such a big deal. Just being able to put one step in front of another is such a big deal for me.
Okay, let's keep taking these steps.
Okay, thank you.
After walking for close to 40 kilometers just past Lari, Kiambu County, several leaders including Muhoho Kenyatta, Governors Anne Waiguru and James Nyoro, as well as Cabinet Secretaries Joe Musheru and Amina Mohammed joined the walk towards Kijabe Hospital. And for the first time, Cabinet Secretary Raphael Tuju introduced us to the driver who was driving the matatu that collided with his car during the fatal accident. They had a special moment, a moment of forgiveness.
Yes, what's his name? Bernard Moya. Your legs are okay? You're able to walk? I'm so happy to meet you. I know we have talked about it. It was a very unfortunate thing, but now we're here with you. Okay. Good, you can remove that. Yeah, brother. We thank God. This again was driving. Okay. Yes. Yeah. Since then, he broke both legs and he has recovered. I thank God for that. Yeah. So thank you very much. Yeah. Hey. Oh, that's good.
Congrats.
This is my friend. Yeah, it's very important.
Yes.
The matatu driver appealed to CS Tuju to help him get back to his feet after his matatu job was cut short following the accident.
Mimi ndio nilikuwa driver wa matatu. Mimi ndio tulikolide na accident na mheshimiwa Raphael Tuju. Na I'm very sorry kwa yenye ili happen. Sababu accident si mtu anatoka kwa nyumba akitarajia anaenda kufanya ajali. Inaitwa accident sababu ni kupata inakupataga unaware. Kwa hivyo tunashukuru sana sababu ya wasamaria wema wenye walipata kutusaidia. Mimi pamoja na mheshimiwa Raphael Tuju. Wasamaria wema walikuja wakatuchukua na wakatuelekesha katika Kijabi hospitali. Tulipofika Kijabi tunashukuru sana sababu hospitali ya Kijabi ni hospitali mzuri. Sababu walituchukua na wakatuhudumia vilivyo. Sijaienda hospitali nikahudumiwa kama venye tulihudumiwa Kijabi. Kwa hiyo nachukua na fursa hii kuwashukuru Managing Director yote ya Kijabi, wafanyikazi wote kwa jumla, nikiwashukuru kwa kazi yao jema ambao walitufanyia. La pili nashukuru sababu Mungu ametupa nafasi ya kuishi tena. Hiyo accident haikuwa accident mzuri, it was a matter between life and death, but we thank God sababu tulionekana tukiwa wazima na sasa tumesimama tunatembea vizuri, kwa hivyo tunashukuru Mwenyezi Mungu. La tatu, namshukuru Mheshimiwa Raphael Tuju kwa sababu hata Mungu amemjalia ni mzima wa afya, amekuwa mtu wa karibu kwangu sababu hatukujuana mbele, lakini baada ya ajali tumekuwa tukiongeana kwa simu na siku ya leo tumeonana ana kwa ana. Kwa hivyo nashukuru Mwenyezi Mungu. Ambao ningeomba sababu tangu ajali ifanyike mimi sijaiweza kurudi kazi, ndio nimeanza kurejea polepole. Kwa hivyo ningemuomba hata Mheshimiwa Tuju angalie venye ataniangalia kunisaidia. Mimi matatu driver na venye unajua kazi yako vizuri ndio unaweza iendelesha vizuri. Hata mimi kama naweza nisupport na gari kangu niendeshe yangu naweza shukuru.
Which started 2 a.m. But for me and my crew it was 1 a.m. Through resilience, here we are, just a few meters to Gotv Hospital. Considering where we started and where we are today, achieved what we have, how are you feeling?
How do you feel yourself? You've achieved it as well. You've walked.
I feel like a queen.
You've walked it, you know.
Yeah,
so I'm sure you must be feeling accomplished that
yes,
you've accomplished this because you've stretched yourself.
By the way, happy Father's Day.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Dr. Ken Muma is one of the doctors who attended to CS Tuju moments after the accident at the facility.
SIGNET Secretary Honorable Tuju was involved in a road traffic accident that is just in one of the black spots actually at around Maingi, and he was brought in. The good thing is that he was brought in within the first hour of injury, with what we call the magic hour. And during this time, Mr. Tuju, Honorable Tuju, sorry, was diagnosed with several injuries, some in the chest, some in the abdomen, and others involving his bones. And our doctors were able to work closely. A multidisciplinary team was quickly formed, and he was provided with the life-saving surgery. Things that he was lucky to have received his care within the first hour, or as rapidly as possible, because he had the accident near Gotv Hospital. The second thing is the presence of a specialized team. We have competent and highly specialized staff, both all the way from anesthesia to the surgeons to the nurses and to even the physicians. So a competent team, multidisciplinary team was involved in his care, and I think he has recognized that team today. Also, you are in and out of consciousness. So the Tuju I'm seeing today is a bubbly Tuju. We are very very excited. It's whereas we'd like to take all the credit, the reality is that God was in this. This is partly a miracle.
We have to come to a conclusion. When the accident happened, you become very bitter. 18 fractures, fractured lungs, broken leg, and it's very disruptive, and it will affect me for the rest of my life, in the sense that some of the surgical interventions which were done can only help you up to a point. So I felt very, very sad and bitter because the accident actually took place outside the road on the left, which means that somebody was coming from from our right hand, and definitely they did the investigations, and they felt that the other driver was at fault because they were forced to come to our side for whatever reason. But is Bernard here? Bernard, the driver, I just met him for the first time today. Bernard, please come. And I think it's very, very important. He got very injured. He broke 2 legs, and he was taken care of in this hospital. And then he was very sad about it himself when he realized that it was me. And he got in touch with my office at Jubilee headquarters. He just wanted to say Pole. But my security team and whoever I called did not even want to tell me that he called. They were that angry. But I wanted to tell Bernard today that it's well between me and you.
11 million shillings was collected through the charity walk today.
Excited that the sponsors came on board and we've been able to raise money which will better equip the theatre where even my operation was done, but they have to continue to do operations there, but they're challenged, especially in terms of lights. Then, of course, one of their X-ray machines broke down, so some of that money will go into that. And, of course, the ultrasound, which is very important for survival of children, and that is something which is very important for this country. There's hope, and you need faith, you need to try your best to be strong, and you know, you can be saved, and you can make it. And I really want to encourage those who are in hospital right now watching that they must have hope.
Despite of 12 hours of walk through mist and rough terrain, finally this is coming to an end with hope that Kijabe Hospital will never remain the same. Elizabeth Mutuko, TV 47, Kiambu County.